force them to see your stuff. You know what I mean? I made this video for you. Like, what are they going to be like? I don't want to see it. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's a free video.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, force yourself to be lucky, like we were talking about before. Force that luck to come. I want to, really do the most and like put in all these cool things so people can be like, oh, that's a cool thing I can use. Because I think the main thing is, what do you offer? Like, what do you offer? Think about it from an unbiased perspective. If someone comes along your page, it's just a bunch of random photos of you having fun. Like, I'm not going to stop for a second. It doesn't offer me anything. You got to think about that. So isn't it so much better looking at that video? Like, wow, I spent a week like really perfecting that and getting that video. I'm being proud of that video rather than looking back and being like, oh yeah, I woke up and really wanted to get a reel out there. So I filmed me talking, and that wasn't really what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I would look back and be like, damn, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just getting that content out there that you're proud of, and someone might see it and think it's really cool. And you never know what that could lead to.
In a world where we're used to seeing instant results, there are very few creatives who remind us of the value of patience, like Blake Stafford. Blake's a Sydney-based creative who's built a following of millions with his insane stop-motion lyric animations. But I think what was more impressive about this episode was that his success isn't driven by just his creative talent, but the mindset behind it. Blake shares how patience, persistence, and a willingness to play the long game have shaped his journey. And honestly, there are so many lessons here for beginner creatives who want to turn their passion into something real. So if you've ever struggled with impatience, creative slumps, or you're just trying to figure out a way to stand out online, this conversation is going to hit home. So let's get into it. Can you tell me a little bit about your vinyl collection?
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. So that's kind of how it all started with the vinyls.
Who collects vinyls, bro?
Everyone nowadays. It's coming back now. But yeah, I was really just into the idea of having my favorite albums in a tangible form on my wall or in a collection and stuff. So yeah, started with, a few, and then spent way too much money. Oh my God, they're so expensive.
They are. I bought one when I was in Melbourne. I bought my first one for everything you just said.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'd be so cool to just have this.
Yeah.
And we just bought one just because the cover looked cool, and then I'm like, if we buy it, it's going to force us to buy a turntable, and then we're going to have to, and that's how it starts.
Yeah. So yeah, I was obsessed with vinyls, collecting them, and that's how the TikTok kind of started. I worked as a lifeguard for a while.
Lifeguard.
Yeah, kind of random at a pool.
Yeah, that is random.
Lifeguard at a pool. I hated it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated it because I would just stand there and look at the clock. Just the clock right there. I'd look at the pool, back at the clock. So I did that for a while. And then when I was lifeguarding, I would think of video ideas.
No way.
So I remember that shift, I was lifeguarding. I was like, wouldn't it be cool, like a stop motion with the vinyl going into the record player? Like, just a kind of idea that popped in my head. And I was like, yeah, I got to do this. I went home, did it. And that was the first video that did really well. And that kind of carved out my niche and just continued to do that with the vinyls. Yeah.
And where did the stop motion thing
so
come? Where did that
it had
idea
been
come
brewing for a while. I had made videos in 2019, like as soon as TikTok came out. I had been obsessed with getting into the Premiere effects. Like Zach King. I was obsessed with his visual effects. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
The shirt changes. I really was obsessed with that. So I had been learning all that behind the scenes. And I had, been mapping out videos. And I had a lot of videos that flopped, videos that didn't do well at all. And then it was that one with the vinyl that really did well. And I was like, wow, okay, I found this. Let me go.
Wow.
And then I just did it with every vinyl.
Yeah.
Ran out of vinyls.
Yeah.
And then that kind of, progressed to lyric videos.
Can you explain stop motion for someone who doesn't know?
Yeah, so stop motion is just pictures, basically. Pictures.
A series of
frames.
Many
a series of many pictures.
Stitched together.
Yeah. So just taking photos. Sorry, I should have thought of this.
No, this is good.
Just pictures, frames put together, often manipulated, and yeah.
So what would be, talk us through a process for someone. So I know nothing about stop motion. I've never tried to make one, right? If you were to teach me how to do one, say I say the vinyl that I bought in Melbourne, I brought it here. What's the process? Talk me through what I'd have to do to make a 10-second video.
Honestly, the thing with stop motion is that you could do it so easily. You don't need a tripod. You don't need all this stuff. I mean, obviously there are stuff to make it look better.
Yeah.
But it's as simple as just looking at the object and seeing how could this, that you will manipulate it. It won't move by itself. How could I make it look cool? So for example, when I do my stop motion videos and I have lyrics and I'll have I'll have a lyric and then maybe I'll have the idea of the lyric says something And I have in my mind, like, wouldn't it be cool if something like a bit of paper came and then, you know, you got the lyric and it kind of revealed itself.
Yes.
And so you think about that and you think, yeah, just going to take a bunch of pictures of moving it. So giving the illusion.
You're moving it a fraction, you take another picture.
Exactly, yes.
And you
move
just
it a fraction. So it's a lot of photos. My camera roll is
and
absolutely a lot of time, but it's definitely worth it. And the great thing is, a lot of the time, once you've got all those photos, the video is basically done. You know, like with a lot of with the vinyl stop motion videos, I would take all those photos, and it was a bit meticulous trying to get it all, you know, take a photo and move it the perfect amount. But once you've done all that, the video's done and it goes into the thing, and yeah.
You're making it sound like it's not that hard to make.
True.
How long do these videos usually take?
Usually a couple days, a day or a couple days.
Yes.
It's like half the day. If I spend I can spend a whole day doing a video, spend half the day prepping, so like cutting out lyrics, or in some cases animating and stuff like that. And then the rest of the video editing. So usually a day to 2 days.
Yes.
But it doesn't have to. Like, you can, there's so many great iPhone stop motion tutorials out there that you literally just have your phone, prep it up on something, and you can make a really cool video. Like, it doesn't...
Your videos are really cool. I just feel like they take a very long time. I saw on your YouTube page, you have a video explaining your animation process.
Yes.
Literally, your first line of this video is you saying, "This took around a week." And it's a lot easier than it might seem. All it takes is some patience and access to Photoshop and Premiere Pro.
Yes.
I think I think we need to highlight the word patience there, because that's a whole lot of patience.
That is true. I think maybe I overestimate the patience.
Yes.
Underestimate the patience.
Where do you think you got this from? Because we live in a world right now where everything is super instant. Like, absolutely everything. It's got to be quick. Content needs to be put out all the time. But even outside of content, like Ubers, like you can get your food delivered to you right away. Like everything is instant, and we're trained to think that way. Like if it doesn't happen quickly, it's very hard for someone to pursue something.
That's a good point. I think with that in mind, knowing there's so much quick, constant stuff at you that, you know, and it's so saturated, but why not just take a step back and be that person that spends that extra time on a video that, instead of people look at for 2 seconds and forget about, they really like look at him and it's like, wow, this clearly took time.
Yes.
How did he do this? Like, and that's so much more fulfilling than whipping out a video. I have done that before. I've whipped out a quick, because some of my old videos, there was like a template for it, not like an actual template, but I knew the motions and I would do it and whip it out in maybe like a couple hours. Don't do that anymore, but I used to. And those videos, if they did well, it didn't make me feel as good as a video that really I spent all that time on. I spent filming. I maybe put myself out there and I was in the video. You know, those type of videos where I posted it and they could do worse, but it will make me feel so much better inside. Yeah.
That's so true, man. Do you think that's why your videos do well? Like, people appreciate how long that's taken?
I think so. That's definitely my most popular comment, is like, how long did this take? Or like, this guy has so much patience, or like, this guy's camera roll is so long. So
exactly.
I think it's definitely part of it, and that feels great that people are appreciating it.
And I think it also, because of how people think these days, it makes it hard to recreate. A lot of you see a lot of the trending videos right now. I feel like they trend because they're easy to recreate, and a lot of it is, I can easily do that in 5 minutes, and all these videos start looking the same, and there's thousands of them because they are easy to recreate.
Definitely.
However, finding a way to go, like, you having this patience puts you in another category where it does trend, it does do well, but there's not many people doing it because they realize how hard it's actually going to take.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time, taking the time to do this, exactly what you said, makes you stand out more.
Definitely.
Than
I mean, social
else.
media is so saturated now.
Yeah,
everyone wants to be a influencer or whatever.
Yes.
Like, so you're competing with people that are, you know, really pushing themselves to do the most. So if you're doing those videos that don't take that long, that maybe you're just filming a quick, and that works for some people. I'm saying in my case, like, I'm competing with millions of people that are more attractive than me, maybe more, you know, definitely more assertive than me. So it's like, why not, instead of doing that, I can really pave out this niche that, like, sure, there are people that could recreate it for sure, but the average person probably couldn't.
Not many, yes.
Yeah, so it's like, that feels good, because, and also because social media is such a changing game. Like, someone who was viral in 2022 could have no views now.
Yeah,
like, it's not a guaranteed, you know, you do have to keep pushing, and I think having that thing that sets me apart is good to, you know, it's good to have that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then, so how do you think your videos have like evolved over time? Do you look at your videos now compared to when you started?
I do, yeah. Well, I spent the first like year just editing on the TikTok app. So
oh wow,
yeah. So I would that app was great for stop motion actually, because you could tap the little button for as long as you want, and then so you could make it as shorter, the frames as short as long as you want.
Oh yeah, with the photos, yeah.
So it was really good for what I was doing at the time, just kind of doing random stop motion stuff, lyric videos, vinyls and stuff like that. Wow. And then it is crazy to see the difference, because obviously back then I'm just using that frame and that's it. Now I would normally take that frame and really manipulate that frame and all that stuff. So they've definitely evolved. I think when I made the jump to editing and, you know, Premiere, I started with Premiere. Do you edit in Premiere?
Yep.
Yeah. That was when it was like, whoa, I can really do all this stuff. Like, not only can I just take that photo, I can take that photo and then make someone believe that that was actually something else, and I've manipulated it some way, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely it's cool to see the change in videos. You
definitely have that. I look at videos, not yours. When I look at videos, I use Premiere Pro. I make like social media content, like the basic, like the social media content you usually see on a feed. And when I look at videos, especially when I was first learning, my first few years, I would look at videos, and something that would really inspire me, I'd look at, and I'd try and figure out how they did all that. And I'd figure it out slowly, and I'd be like, cool, I know how he did that, know how he did that, know how he did that. And that was my learning process. I look at a video like yours, I'm like, I have no idea how this guy did any of this.
That's really cool to know. Because obviously for me, it's hard to gauge that, because I'm at a point where it's hard to have that mindset I did when I started.
Yes.
It's like, because now you know, all those illusions have been broken. I know how to do all this stuff.
Yes.
So I see my videos and I don't necessarily think.
It's like a magician.
It is.
You know the tricks.
That's how I thought of it. I was like, I would watch Zach King, and I would watch...
same as that King. You look at it and you're like, how the hell
this is
did
magic.
He do that?
Yes, you know it's not real, but this is magic. You're manipulating the screen.
Correct.
For the viewer to see. I was like, I have to learn to do it. It's the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
And how'd you learn that? Just YouTube?
YouTube. I did do a year of online uni, Bachelor of Digital Media.
Oh, cool.
Did not enjoy it. It was all online. It was during COVID. It was all online, so I wasn't really meeting people. So for me, that maybe worked for some people. For me, that wasn't motivating at all. I was failing classes and stuff, so I dropped out of that. But honestly,
got it.
But honestly, that course, that year I did there, oh my God, in that time, YouTube tutorials, infinitely more knowledge from those. Like, you do not need, the information is out there. It's out there for sure.
And it's just taking the time to learn how to do it.
Yeah, definitely just watching those tutorials, actually following through. I remember I used to be like, let me watch an hour YouTube video of just learning After Effects, but I wouldn't actually edit. I just watch. Like, that's not doing anything. You actually have to
apply, right?
You have to apply. Yes, for sure.
And keep redoing. I know like maybe one trick on After Effects, and even still, because I don't do it often enough, every time I want to do it, I have to go back to that tutorial because I'll forget.
Yes.
Like, you literally have to keep doing it all the time for it to
I was terrified
stick.
of After Effects for the first couple of years. I was like, I swear by Premiere. I don't need After Effects.
I'm exactly in that place right now.
Very intimidating. It's very intimidating.
Exactly.
All those,
but so is stop motion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's only intimidating until you keep doing it and realize, oh, I know what these buttons do. I know what this does. Like, After Effects isn't intimidating anymore because I just force myself, spend a day working on a video inside the platform, test the features, and, you know, fiddle with buttons and stuff. Cool thing about videos is, like, you can look at you can go to a random effect and just mess with it, and then that's immediately you've got a cool thing you can add. You can keyframe that so it can start out really distorted and then come together. You know what I mean? You can make and then save those as presets. Like, it's about like just having fun, like, in those softwares.
See, I think that's interesting because you explained that whole process as fun.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people would find that process frustrating.
That's true. Yeah. For me, that is like, wow, I've unlocked that. I have that cool thing I can use in a video. And to me, that is like, because I'm, you know, this is what I want to do.
Yep.
It's like, wow, I have saved that time. Now I can unlock all these cool things.
True.
Yeah.
It's such a different perspective, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because you look at it and you're like, man, that took me so long to learn this one thing that is 1 second in the video, and you kind of just go back to what you're comfortable with. How long do you think it would take a normal person to learn how to use After Effects? Because you look at it and I think the intimidation factor is like, this is going to take me forever when I can just whip out my phone and make a TikTok video in 2 seconds.
Definitely. I would say a week to get comfortable.
A week?
Yeah.
Really?
If you really delegated enough time, really following tutorials, experimenting with your own videos, I think a week. I'm not saying you're going to be a whiz at After Effects, but definitely you will go in there and, okay, I know what to do. I know
basic.
I know how to make a video in here instead of being like, let me watch, like, where's this button? What does this button do? But 100% it's intimidating. And I look at now, the new After Effects is Blender. That's
true.
my new After Effects. That is so intimidating for me. But I have so many mutuals who have mastered Blender. They've unlocked that.
True.
And oh my God, their edits are insane. You know, they've got these crazy realistic shadows. They've got these 3D. And I'm like, I need to unlock that. I need to unlock that.
Yes.
But it's that, I go into the interface and it's like, whoa. Like, it's very intimidating.
How does that feel? Because does it feel like you're just starting from square one again?
Yes, literally. It's a whole new interface. It does feel like that. Yeah.
And is that, to you, is that fun or terrifying?
It's honestly, it is a bit terrifying because...
Especially when you've found something that works.
Exactly. And you get comfortable with what works. And that is the balance of like doing what works, but also what I've recently been doing is trying every video to do something new in that video, or like at least unlock something for me for that video. So like,
good tip.
Yeah. So it's like every time and also I've been doing doing tutorial videos. So like holding myself accountable. I could be like, let me spend the least time on this, but then it's like, hold on, I'm doing a tutorial video. I want to, really do the most and like put in all these cool things so people can be like, oh, that's a cool thing I can use.
So true. That's really good. I saw that you were doing the tutorials.
It's something new, yeah.
There's something new,
yeah.
Which is good though, because I've always thought it takes your understanding of something to another level, because if you can't teach something, you probably don't understand it well enough.
Yes, and it is harder than it seems to like articulate how you did something. I used to just do it, not really think about how I'm doing it. And yeah, it's good to give people the tips that I would have loved to have at the time as well, to give back. That feels really good.
Yes, I agree too. Oh yeah, man. Oh damn, there's so many ways we could go. Yeah, I agree. Like giving back is also really, really important. Have you figured out who your audience is?
I am still like, what do you mean exactly?
Because I always look at it and I'm like, I wonder who their audience is. And when I look at your content, when I see the tutorials, I think, yeah, maybe it's like me, like people that want to learn the same way. It's like, how can I make my videos better, right? And I look at it, I'm like, and then I'll come across your video and I'm like, holy shit. If I do what he's doing, that's going to make my videos way better. I'm someone that would be interested in what you're doing, especially if I see you doing tutorials. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, he's teaching it. However, when you look in your comments, your audience is also very, they seem like music lovers.
Music heads, yeah,
just
sure,
music heads.
For sure.
And I'm sure like that's a whole different segment of your audience. Have you noticed this? Like, how do you divide that?
That's a good question. I maybe haven't given enough thought that I should have. I guess I would say my audience is there is a music heads who maybe don't even care about editing. They just want to see their favorite song in lyric form.
Yep.
And then there's that other part that really do care about how stuff is made and the details. And then there's that other part that is like, wants the tutorials. How is this made?
Yep.
So it's tricky. It's like,
and how do you figure that out?
How do you cater to each one?
Yeah, exactly.
So not putting yourself in a box and allowing yourself to do all those things. Like that tutorial video was pretty new for me. Like it wasn't probably expected, and it did pretty well. Like it didn't flop or anything like that, as you'd say. So, and that felt really good.
Did you not like? Because I feel like people, from what I understand, is like with social pages, is like people expect a certain type of video. So when you do deviate from that, you should expect some sort of dip, because they're like, well, this isn't what I came for. All the music heads aren't going to engage with this. So like having it dip in performance should be kind of expected, but shouldn't make you feel like that's the wrong way to go.
Definitely.
Right?
It's a part of the process.
Yeah.
And, you could do the same formula every time that it's going to work. But then you're the guy who does that same video all the time.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that's constantly changing his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
Have you leaned into like the music side of this, like trying to cater to the music heads?
I definitely have. Like, for example, what I'm doing recently is I used to just pick the song myself, like any song that I like. Now I'm doing this thing with my audience, like I'll choose the top comment, you pick the song, getting them involved. And that has definitely improved the growth of the account.
I agree. And this is a huge tip because a lot of people have these massive followings, but they're not engaging with their audience properly.
Yeah.
And I feel like engaging with your community is what works the most. And you really do this.
I've been trying to recently. I think I maybe wasn't for a while there. I was thinking, the content, speaks for itself. But no, your followers are giving you that platform. Like, why wouldn't you want to give them what they want?
Correct.
And, they're, like you said, they're music heads. So they're like, oh, please, this song. It's like...
I see the comments. It really works.
Like, even non-related posts, they're like, this song.
It was the tutorial. They're like, give me the song, man.
Like, wrong video. But, I mean, no. So giving... It's... Unless you're like Frank Ocean or Playboy Cardi and you have incredible aura, like, that you can just exist, you know what I mean? Then understand that, you need to build that rapport with your audience. Don't just post like you're a celebrity. Like, post for them and what they want. But also, finding that balance of what do you want? Maybe I want to try something new that no one's asked to do. True. Let me just do it because that could... You don't know, that could carve out a whole new series that is the most popular series you've ever done.
That's so true. I think it's good. Like, that balance is good. But a lot of people neglect their audience because they're like, I know this works and I'm just going to keep doing this.
And it's easy to fall into that.
Yeah, man.
For sure. I don't blame them. But definitely build that rapport with your audience.
I saw that. That really stands out. Well, like when I was on YouTube, I'm like, man, these guys are really engaged.
Yep.
And it's because of just that one tactic. Like, you're just asking them.
Because I think the main thing is, what do you offer? Like, what do you offer? Think about it from an unbiased perspective. Someone comes along your page, it's just a bunch of random photos of you having fun. Like, I'm not going to stop for a second. It doesn't offer me anything. You got to think about that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
This podcast, what is it? You've had that discussion. It offers this.
Yep.
Definitely think about that. Like, if I don't know myself, what am I offering? Like, if someone just stumbles across this video.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good. And that's why I was like talking about like segmenting your audience. The music heads are getting that, right? You're letting them almost dictate what ends up on the page by choosing the song.
Yeah.
And then the tutorials seem to be helping the other part of your audience who are looking to improve their videos.
And it is hard to know what the fraction is of music heads.
Right. How do you divide that?
How do you divide that?
Yeah.
But I think, just giving back to both of them, because I did see that divide of, how did you do this? Do this song. So it's like, let me cater to both of them. And I found that the people that, I do the requests and stuff, they'll support the other stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah,
because they're like, we appreciate that you've been doing that.
Yeah. And in a way, when people do see your process, it makes them appreciate the work even more.
Yes.
So.
That was the biggest thing. A lot of people messaging me like, it takes that long. Like, they're overestimating or underestimating how long it takes.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Like that video you mentioned before, the animation process.
Yep.
A lot of people messaged me and they were like, wow, we thought this, took like not that long.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's like, maybe there was an app you used to do it or something.
I think so too.
And then hearing that, it's like, wow, okay, so people don't know how long this takes.
Especially now. I guarantee people went to your page now for the first time, they'd be like, how much of this is AI? He's used the right prompt. And then they'll just be like, what prompt do I need? And you showing this process makes them be like, oh damn, he's actually doing the work.
Yeah,
that's huge. That's very good. And so like now with your videos, they work on every platform. Like every platform. Like on TikTok, you have over 1.5 million followers. Your YouTube Shorts, even your YouTube Shorts have millions of views.
Yeah, they've been doing good.
They've been doing all right. And on Insta, so like these videos work on every platform. What do you think it is about these videos that makes them work everywhere? Like, what do you think drives the success of it? Because when I talk to people, especially people that I've had on and people that I look online, they're trying to figure out the algorithm. Like, it needs a hook. You need to say this in the first 3 seconds. Like, are you thinking about those things or are you just making cool videos? That
is a great question. I think about that a lot because I'll see people that are popping on other things and then the shorts, or for example, are doing terribly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think it definitely didn't come overnight. Like, it was primarily TikTok for a long time there. I actually had it in my head that my videos would not do well on any other platform because
You just thought that?
So I had my personal Instagram, and I had always had people saying like, "Why don't you post it to Reels?" You know, everyone was when
You just
Reels
weren't
were
doing
going
it.
crazy.
So you were just posting on TikTok and not
Just
posting anywhere.
TikTok, yeah, for a long time there, up until 2023.
Because you just thought they wouldn't work.
So I had the personal Instagram, like my personal,
Yeah.
and every like I think I had posted 3 videos, and those videos didn't do well because I was posting them to my friends and family.
Yeah,
They
true.
don't really. They're like, "What is this?" But to me, that was like, okay, that proves that Instagram is a write-off.
Wow.
Like not going to do well.
Yep.
So when people tell me to post there, I'm like, no, my videos don't do well there.
Yeah.
So
wow.
and then it just took that one. It just took that one, which is all like realistically, I should have just been posting every single one because I was being too picky. It's like obviously the first 3 aren't going to do well. It takes like you know. So then it was just that next one that just was like, whoa. Started to get those notifications and started to do well. And then obviously that gives you motivation to keep posting.
Yeah, of course.
So I think, just the consistency and finding out your niche and, you know. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to articulate it.
No, that's all right. It's good.
Yeah, I definitely didn't like, and same with, and then I think like a year after, so the Instagram had been building, and then I was like, let me try shorts. And I was posting to shorts, flopped, like complete flopped. And then you slowly start to see those returning viewers. And there's people who are like, hi, like I'm back, like amazing video. And if you're posting stuff that it is actually like, I did know it did well on TikTok. So I knew there was people that would come across it and like it. So if you have that in mind, then posting a video that flops doesn't hurt as bad because it's like, well, it's there. It has the potential to do well later and people to find it.
Yeah, true. It's like knowing that you're building a library as well.
Exactly,
like people can
a
go
catalog,
back to it.
of
true.
all this. And it's like, you could post a catalog of stuff that doesn't take much long to make, but then if that flops, that hurts way more than something that, you know what I mean? Not only have you posted it, but and gone against like your morals kind of, it's done badly.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Definitely, I think just having that, and how many cases have there been where people have posted a video and then it blows up like 5 years later?
Yeah, true.
Like
that's wild.
We're at a time now where it's very rare for you to post, especially like a YouTube video. It's very rare to post it, boom, video does well. People find it. People are like, whoa, this video is actually really good. They start sharing it.
Yeah.
Then it takes off. So I think, don't get demotivated by flopping for sure. Just consistency.
Yeah, true. It's amazing how many times it actually, especially on YouTube, I've seen that so many times. You look at a video and then you see like when it was made and you're like, man, that was years ago.
I just decided to do.
Yeah.
Because it was always a good video. It's like that song, you know, that headlock.
I was literally about to say
really?
music.
Yeah.
Like it happens with music. Like how many like songs from like the
Headlock,
70s come out
Yes.
and they just blow up and these artists are making
especially with
millions.
TikTok now, with you know, a song that Michael Jackson song, Billie Jean's going crazy at the moment. Like,
remember Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah,
when that song was going, Dreams.
Yeah,
that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, you just if you and you would look at that and you wouldn't think, why is that doing so well? No, that is an amazing song. So people are just appreciating it later, which use that same format for videos.
That's so true. I never thought about that, but you're absolutely right. And when a video does do well, like say it does well immediately, like are you trying to figure out what you did?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And it's hard to be like, okay, that did well, gonna do that, exactly that.
Yeah.
And that's not it, because...
What is it? So like when a video does, like what do you think you're doing now? Like little things that you're probably doing now that you weren't doing before because you think this is what's gonna make it.
Definitely not wasting time. You don't you don't have the chance in this social media era to waste their time.
Yep.
You don't have
Don't waste the viewers' time.
The viewers' time.
Yes.
You don't have the opportunity to be like, they go on your video, hey guys,
yes.
like let me give you a whole rundown. Like no, I jump straight into it. Especially with my vids, it's like as soon as you swipe to my video, something's happening. Like maybe I'm moving towards the lyric.
There's movement immediately.
There's movement or something. You got to read something and then something's going on. And it's very fast paced. So I would say 100% don't waste time. Like you don't have all the time. A lot of people, you know, they have, everyone has an objective look on your video if they're not interested in the first, 5 seconds. So that's definitely true. You know, you got to have that, I don't know, hook is the right word. It's not like, you don't need that like, I'm going to, really pop.
Of course.
But just that, what's happening.
Something that stops the scroll.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just have that something that's going to pique their interest. And don't waste their time, especially with editing. I've noticed now that say what you need to say in as little time as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, correct.
So, just...
you've really, you have a limited amount of time. I'm like that.
Definitely.
Even when I do my videos where I talk, I'm like, get straight to the point, man. Like, don't ramble. And I'll I'll redo something, like I'll try to figure out like what's the point of this video? Like why am I making this? Where's the value in what I'm trying to make out of this video? And how can I bring that to the very beginning of it? And then get into my video, right? But it's like I'm getting to the value part as quickly as I can.
Yes, it's removing that bias and saying like, again, what can you offer straight away? Why am I staying? Because that's the most valuable thing, is that watch time, right?
Yes.
You can have, it's that watch time is the main thing. Someone watches that whole video, that is like gold to a content creator, you know, and then they watch it again, that's like amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to keep them on it, and that comes in all different ways, you know.
That's true, especially with your videos, man. Like, or like I'm thinking more like a Zach King video, your type of videos. It's almost like rewatchable because you're like, how did they do that?
Yes.
And it makes you want to watch it again.
Yes, that's why I try to have stuff fast paced and like constantly moving backgrounds. And it's like, and maybe they saw a background and it's like, whoa, that looked cool. Let me watch it again to see that, because it wasn't on screen the whole time. It was only on screen for 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, having that rewatchability, that's a good point.
Yes,
having that
true.
for sure.
Now, this is good, man. Like, there's so many things. Another thing that you do that I think is counter to what most people do, or things that you preach. I've had a lot of people on here, and I'm like, when did you start finding success? And a lot of them say, when I just started posting every single day. And it was like, I posted every day for a year, or I posted every day for 30 days, and that's when I saw growth. However, you, on the other hand, I've seen you preach the most important part is quality over quantity.
Yes.
And I think it's your approach to how you create. Like what we were speaking about earlier, it's like I'd rather sit and make something that's quality, that's really going to stand out and people are going to appreciate because it's taken me a week to make this, rather than rushing it, doing what I know works and posting every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think having that, because it's immortalized, right? It's on the, you go back with it for to look at your old catalog and it's like, wow, isn't it so much better looking at that video? Like, wow, I spent a week like really perfecting that and getting that video. I'm being proud of that video, rather than looking back and being like, oh yeah, I woke up and really wanted to get a reel out there, so I filmed me talking, and that wasn't really what I wanted to do. I would look back and be like, damn, that doesn't feel right, you know. It's about doing what you truly, posting what you truly want to post, even if it doesn't do well, even if necessarily you think it was pointless. Like, it's never pointless. It's the stuff you're learning along the way. It's the stuff you're learning about the algorithm. It takes a lot of trial and error with the algorithm. I would try stuff like, I was really into claymation. Claymation? Yeah, like that part of stop motion, like Wallace and Gromit type stuff.
Yeah.
And that would really, like, that was very time consuming. A lot more than stuff. A lot more than the stuff I'm doing now. And I remember that did so bad, like ridiculously bad for what I expected at the time. I was like, this is so cool. Because I was so into it. But I couldn't see past, like, maybe my followers don't want to see it.
Yeah, true.
But then again, it's that balance, because I kind of want to go back to claymation at some point. That was something that I was passionate about. But at that time, I was like, no, my followers don't want to see it. Scrap that. Bro, you know? So it's like finding that balance. Maybe I'll go back to that at some point and make it something more like my followers want to see. I don't know.
No, I agree. It's hard, and everyone seems to struggle with that balance. Is like giving the audience what they want, but also doing what you love. Yeah.
I think definitely I've tried to not jump on trends. Like, don't wait for a trend and then that trend will save me. That trend will bring me into the algorithm. Like, trends are so fleeting. I mean, look at I don't even remember the last trend. Like, they just go every week. There's a new famous person and then they just go. Like, trends are so fleeting that definitely I personally don't rely on them. I try to, just always, if there's nothing trending that week, you'll still know what you're going to film. You still know what you're going to edit.
So where do you find your inspiration?
I religiously save, follow, favorite if I see a cool video, I am saving that video. I'm commenting. I'm following the creator. I try to do that because I think before I would see something like really cool, like something that I was like, I could never do that, and I would like, I don't even want to. Like, I could never.
Never.
Yeah. It's like
that's so out of reach.
I would think, no, I make cool videos, but that's too much. Like, that's too much. But that was, I think, a poor attitude to have, because now I think I'm saving the video. I'm looking at the frames. I'm saying, oh, they used that invert, effect to make that glitch transition. I'm learning all that stuff. Maybe I can implement that in my video. So there are so many. Instagram at this point, as long as you're engaging with the stuff you're like passionate about. Oh my God, every day I go on my reels and it's just like, how, just crazy. And the caption will be like, edited all on my phone. And
Man, totally.
So yeah, there's people out there that are just insane that are doing really cool stuff.
True, and and you're absolutely right, because I've seen you talk about that before as well. But you can manipulate your feed, and it can be trash if you engage with the wrong type of content, because it's just going to give you back what you engage with.
Yeah,
so it can be inspirational just as much as it can be brain rot. And it's being intentional with what you engage with and where you're finding your inspiration.
And it's tricky. It's like, what if you are really into video, but you love memes? You know, you love just random brain rot content.
Yeah, true.
Then it's like, but I've really tried to only engage with like really cool stuff that I'm like, I want to see more of that. I'm telling my algorithm like more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, me too. Exactly. Yeah, you're literally telling it like, I want more.
This is what I like. Yeah.
Yes, correct. And it'll give you more of it.
Yeah.
It's actually, man, and it knows so well.
It's kind of scary.
It is scary.
How well it knows.
It was this week. I had a new client, the first shoot we had, and it was a cafe. I've never done a cafe before. So I was like, what are other cafes doing? And I was trying to save some ideas so I can send over references. So I would have saved like a handful of videos. My whole feed was coffee.
Yeah.
The whole feed, literally the whole feed,
Yeah.
like 99% within 20 minutes.
Yeah. It took that and it was like, all right,
this is what he wants. We're going to keep giving, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it took me to a whole new world that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, and it's like, what other timeline would have that?
Yeah,
like,
man.
We're very lucky that we can have that. Like, you interact with a video, boom, millions of inspiration that, you know, if you're in the 70s, you know, what's the comparison there? Like,
that's true. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And it also makes me realize that there's so many different, like my feed is completely different to your feed. And because I remember I saw like one video and I'm like, oh man, when I was doing this coffee thing, I'm like, that's so clever. How the hell did they come up with that? And I'd like it, I'd save it, and then I'd scroll and see it 10 more times, the exact same video 10 more times. I'm like, oh, this is actually something in the coffee world that's very common, but I've never seen it before. And I was like, I wonder, like, it makes you realize, like, my feed is completely different to someone else's, which then made me think about your feed, because I'm like, I saw your work and I'd never seen that on my feed before. And it made me think, like, how is this guy figuring this out on his own when there's nothing else to be inspired by? But I'm assuming your feed is full of...
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, is my feed is a bunch of people telling me that I'm not that special.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I go on Instagram and I'm like, oh, I suck. I suck at editing. I suck at editing.
These guys are so much better than me.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, bro. And who are some of these guys? Who are some people that you look that do
Frantic
this really
Frames. This guy, Frantic Frames.
Yep.
He, crazy stop motion guy. He's only like 20.
Yep.
And he's self-taught, very inspirational.
Yeah,
Frantic
wow.
Frames. He's great. Also 24 frames of Ginger as well. I follow a lot of like primarily stop motion people, because they do all these tutorials and it's really helpful, like following the people that, you know, you really want to know how they did that. And they'll post tutorials like, like, give me that information.
Totally. Is there a bit of a community in this space, or?
There's definitely a editing community for sure. And I'm definitely trying to be more a part of that. Yeah, it's tricky because you don't want to niche down too much, right? I want to be a part of the editing community. I want to be part of the music community.
True,
it's like, it's that combination. It's that tricky balance of like, you want, because that question of like, oh, you do social media, like what's your niche? It's like, oh, like sometimes you don't have. It's like, oh, lyric videos, and then it's like stop motion.
Yeah,
like,
what would you call yourself? Like if someone were to be like, what kind of creative are you?
I think I would say stop motion, animation, and videography.
Yeah.
Like it has to be at least 3 things. You know, stop motion, music, video. It's hard to
like
put
lyric
just
videos.
Yeah, I think there's video editor maybe. That kind of I guess that covers everything.
Yeah, but you
right?
can't be that. I'm a video editor. You're not me.
Yeah.
Like you literally, like it's such a different.
It's hard to put a label on it. Yeah.
It's not, because if you said video editor, people would think what I do, but it's so different and so much more complicated.
It is.
You can't, like, you have to be more specific. I think not niche down to be like, I'm this one thing, but it'd be hard to articulate to someone who doesn't know what you do, especially when it comes to putting a value on it.
That's
like
true.
if you had a client that came up to you and said, oh, can you make us and a lot of them, I'm sure you'd get just a 10-second video, man. Like how do you charge for that? And it's like making them realize, no, this takes me a very long time to do.
Yeah. it was very hard to work out like pricing and stuff.
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
Start. Like, I was like, how do I have no reference of like what to do?
How do you figure that out?
Yeah, I was charging like $40 for a video. I thought that was money. I was like
making bank, man.
Yeah, I was like, told my brother, I was like, $40 from this TikTok thing. And he's like, how long did that take you? I was like, all day. He was like, okay, so think about that in hours. And I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Maybe I'm not balling, you know? So then but you know, you go in there with that fresh, you don't know, out of your element. And it takes working with brands and having these people and having all these experiences where you get an idea of what you're worth.
Yeah, of course. So it just takes time.
Just takes time, yeah. Mapping. How much is it worth to you? Like, how much is... And obviously it's different per video, you know, but that is a very hard one, that starting out, knowing when you're working with brands and stuff, knowing what to charge
of course.
Definitely...
It is hard, and it's dependent on who you're talking to. Like, I face it too. A lot of the time people, especially some of the clients that reach out to me, like, they don't understand how long it takes and how much work's involved.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, how hard can it be to make a 10-second video? Surely it's not. And it's making them understand that it is a process. It does take time. When they do send references, a lot of the time, like, send me a reference. I'm like, do you understand how this was put together? There's a lot of planning beforehand that takes time and effort between the two of us, and then actually shooting and the editing. And it's almost like you're educating them on that process. The same way I would know nothing about, you know, if I was to meet a chef and be like, oh, how long did it take to whip this up?
Exactly.
You know?
And when I went into it, I had the same mindset. It's like, can't be that long. Like, I'd see this crazy animation, knowing now that would take days.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that, and it's like, I want to know the button I pressed to, make that. You don't you don't think about creating all the assets and animating all these properties. You don't think about it. You just think, it can't take that long, right? Yeah. So yeah, 100%. That is
So that's changed a little bit over time now.
Definitely changed over time.
Reach out to you.
Definitely changed over time. I have a manager now as well in New York. So because
how did that come about? What made you decide that you wanted one?
So I had been working with him like with that lyric video niche. He has been in the label. He has a lot of connections with labels. He's been in the music industry for a while. So
sick.
He was getting me a lot of deals with promoting new songs. And so I had been working with him for a while, and that kind of just progressed to be like, do you want to just be my manager and make it easier? Because I really like to just focus on the creative stuff.
Yep.
I hate doing all the invoices and doing all the, nitty gritty stuff and negotiating. I'm not about all that. I want to, Blake, make this video. I'm setting that day making the video instead of half the day negotiating. I'm not about that. So I love to just delegate that.
Totally. And it's worth it though, right?
Definitely worth it.
The last guy I had on got a manager as well and was explaining the same thing. And he said even though the manager may take a percentage, he still ends up with more in the end because the manager has industry experience and knows how to negotiate and knows what the rate is. They could tell you this client has spent this much before, this is their budget, and they get all that information for you that you never would have had in the first place.
Yeah, or like all brands are different. Some brands might reach out, and for example, recently I would have just replied and been, this is my base rate. But Dan will be like, no, this is a big company, we charge more, and so he'll map out this because I'm CC'd on all these, and he'll map out this real professional email that I could have it would take me
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not worth it. Delegate where you can, for sure.
And then you end up doing all this work that you don't really want to, all that admin, all that.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
Especially when you're a true creative. Like,
and that just takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to make a video, but I got to do that.
Totally.
Boring stuff first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing everything. So I've got someone that does all my finances, everything.
That's the way to go.
And when I didn't have her, it took all the fun out of it. Like all the invoicing, the chasing up invoices, all the tax, everything to do with tax, I know nothing about.
I hate it.
Yeah, she just looks after all of it. Like she hits me with the bills, that always hurts. But I'm like, man, if she wasn't around, I'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Damn. And that's cool, man, because lyric videos are a thing. I didn't even know until I started like looking up and editing. I'm like, man, a lot of videos have lyric, like it's a genre.
Definitely.
In music.
People love it. People love to see the lyrics mapped out right in front of them. Yeah.
So
I think I like doing it specifically with songs that are like, what were the lyrics? Like, I love when I get the top comment is, you just taught me the lyrics to the song.
Yeah, I didn't know
There's this J. Cole song, there's one of them. And there's this backing track where it's just like this for the longest time, I thought it was just humming. And then I saw a video that was the lyrics to that. And then when they were humming, I was like, wow, they're saying words?
Yeah. I saw a video of yours that did that. And I was like, I didn't know they were the words. And I didn't know they were words.
Yeah.
Was it that? There might have even been a Kanye song. I don't know. I saw a video of yours and I was like, I didn't know they were words.
Yeah,
and
those are
really
my favorite ones when the
Yeah.
comments are like, you just taught me the lyrics. And it's like, yeah, you listen to that song, you just have that emotion of what it is, and then you're like, oh, those are the actual words. How many times have you sung a song over and over and then realized you're singing the wrong lyrics?
You're singing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
For years. Damn, that's really cool. And I was thinking, it's like when you brought up the manager thing, I was thinking already in terms of like the different ways that you could monetize what you're doing. And my idea, you've obviously already figured this out, but I was like, man, like, your videos obviously get views and they perform really well. And I was like, you could easily just reach out to artists who are trying to promote their music and make these videos for these new songs or new albums that are coming out to help them like market their music.
Yeah.
Especially on TikTok, there's tutorials on like how a music artist should market their new album or their new song. And it's like, they give out all these teasers before the song even comes out. And I was like, man, that's like right up your alley.
Yeah.
Is that something you do or have thought about?
Definitely. I think a lot of it. The tough thing is I do want to work with all these artists, but then it's like a lot of them are like indie artists, and I'll tell them my rate and how much time it takes.
Yep.
And then now they're like, whoa, you
Really?
know, like
Yeah.
that's I was expecting like that $40. Like I said, so that's, you know, they hear the rate. But so there is a lot of I do love working with smaller artists, and I do work with them a lot, but it's also that thing of like there's no guarantee. I could post a video, it's a new song that no
true.
one's heard. It's maybe an artist that you don't know. It's not like I'm doing a Kanye lyric song where it's like, oh, Kanye, yep,
Yeah,
you know, I'm
true.
dialed in.
Yep.
You know, people could be like, I don't know this.
Yep.
So there's no guarantee that the video will do well.
True.
So I tell them a price, and they're like, whoa, like you could post, and so and I get that.
Yeah.
So there is that level of like,
That makes
you
it
never
hard.
know. You never know if the video could, because like, look at this. There's been so many cases where, like, there's this guy Dr. Clips, and he does these cool videography videos, and he had just did one for I think Lay Banks, and like millions of likes, and like popped her career off.
Wow.
But that's the 1% chance.
Yeah.
The rest are just, you know, it's not guaranteed. So it's about
So
finding-
I think that makes it really hard to value, like to put a price on.
Exactly. Yes. And yeah.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Like a song, a video obviously perform better if it's a song that's well known
Yeah.
compared to one that isn't.
Yeah.
More likely, your chance of.
Yeah, but I do like when it's like a song. I like Dan might come to me and be like, this song is like trending, like it's doing good at the moment. Do you want to do this song? So it's like a new song that's doing well. It's a bit more incentive.
How do you find those?
Just like usually reaching out to people that like Dan reaching out to people that you can see. It's quite like now I have an eye for it to spot promos. Like I have an eye like, oh, that's probably a promo. And yeah, that kind of way.
How heavy are you into like the music scene?
I'm obsessed with music. Like I really love music. I went to New York this year, in April.
Yep.
And that's where Dan is at.
Yep.
And yeah, going to so many music events and working with music artists, like shooting videos. Because that's the creative hub is New York City. I would love to work with Australian artists, and I've reached out to a bunch of Australian artists, but it's just there's just so much more saturated in New York. So, and also I don't necessarily have connections here to work with. Like I'm DMing artists all the time, but I don't necessarily have connections with the labels and stuff. So going over there and working with artists over there and shooting videos for them
Because
is amazing. Dan
was able to hook up those. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best like connections and negotiating all this stuff. But if I can have someone who could set it up, make a video.
Yeah. How else would you be able to monetize something like this?
So I have a long-time contract with Samsung. That is a major. That was kind of having that was the basis of my mum being like, all right, you don't have to go to, you don't have to continue uni, because that was why I had dropped out. I was failing, and the money from that Samsung had only just started to come in. And
how did that come about?
They just sent me a DM. It was that simple. They sent me a DM.
That was it?
Yeah.
So you posted a video?
Posted a video.
They saw it. Did you tag them? How did it get in front of
No,
them?
I was just doing my thing on TikTok before I'd even moved to Instagram. And they sent me a DM and they were like, we love your stuff. I had asked them, because I think I had like 200K on TikTok, which looking back, like, I had asked them, why did you DM me? And they were like, we like to find those new kind of coming up people. Instead of getting that, you know, Jane Smith or whatever, they'll get the person who's coming up who maybe, you know, build that hype kind of. So that's why they were kind of found me then. And that was kind of pivotal in for my parents to be like, oh, okay, there's money in this. You don't have to go to school.
What were they thinking before then when they saw you doing all these things?
They were kind of thinking like, you can't just be a lifeguard. Like, you, you know?
Yeah.
You can't just be a lifeguard. You either get a full-time job or be a lifeguard and go to uni.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, I don't want to move out because like I'm not, you know, Sydney.
Yeah.
I want to spend the first, you know, 3 years or whatever at home, saving up, making videos, not worried about my next rent check or whatever.
Correct.
So they were pretty like, what are you doing? Like, you know, you should be going to uni. But then once they saw that tangible, like, okay, you're getting paid, so you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. And yeah, in hindsight, I kind of wish I didn't do that year of uni because it was like 16K or something, and it was so overpriced. And they were just sending me to like LinkedIn videos. It was honestly, I think it was just to get that piece of paper at the end and saying I did that. But you know, the job I've gotten, the part-time job I've got now, doing the podcast, like they didn't ask for that. They didn't need a...
True.
They saw my catalog, and that's what's great about social media is I have that catalog. It's like, yes, I you know, got that resume, I built a resume and everything, but it's like, just look at the Instagram, look at all the stuff that I've done, and that's what, like 300 posts of just, oh, he can do this, he can do this.
Yeah, it's so true.
So it's good to have that back catalog.
Yep. A lot of people don't realize that. Like, as you post, you're like building this.
Yeah. It's like, do you want to have 1,000 low quality stuff, or like you can look back after a year and you've maybe posted not every day, but all those videos, like, whoa, rewatch that. Quality.
Yeah. And you can show potential clients what you can do. And you've got the numbers behind it too, man. Like, that's so powerful. And then with the Samsung thing, so they reached out to you.
They reached out.
What are they offering? What's the deal?
It was originally just, so it did just start as, we love your stuff, we'd like to commission you for a video.
So they wanted you to make, can you make us a video?
Yeah, they had a phone, the A series, that they were like, it's coming out, we're commissioning creators to promote it, and we'd like you to make a video. And I was like, wow, like, this is Samsung. I can't like just, you know, half-ass it.
True.
I really put in a lot of effort for that video, especially looking back, that was 2021. I still look at that video, I'm like, that's a cool video. And like, looking back at the time, I was doing editing for a bit, but you could tell that I had really wanted to make something cool. And they saw that. They were like, this is sick. And then it turned into 3 videos. And then I did the same. I was really trying on those 3 videos. And they were like, let's bring you on as part of like the Galaxy team, it's called.
Wow.
So then it's like every year you get contracted to. And that was really, that was pivotal in allowing me to do it full time for a while there.
Yep.
So yeah. And if I didn't, you know, if I just half-assed that video, who knows where I'd be, you know?
Of course.
I really grinded that, and I'm glad I did.
Wow. So 1 video, then they were like, make us 3.
Yeah. And that turned into
part of the team.
Part of the team. And then, yeah.
Damn.
But then again, I look back at that. I'm not naive. Like, I know I was pretty lucky. Like, I didn't necessarily have a huge following, 200K. It's not bad, but for Samsung, it's quite a big company. I think I was quite lucky looking back. I'm glad I got that opportunity.
True. A lot of people talk about luck. Oh, man.
It's interesting how much it plays a role.
Yeah,
I
true.
do think about that.
But I've, let me see if I can remember it. Because who was it? Oh, I always want to give credit to things that like I know I didn't come up with. But I heard a guy talking about luck, right? And he's like, a lot of people say that like luck's involved and, oh, you got so lucky to get the Samsung deal. And he divided it into 3 different types of luck. And he said, like, there's one type of luck where you literally get lucky. Like, you win the lotto. It's complete luck. It's out of the blue. The chance is 1 in a million. And he's like, people can find that type of luck. And if you try to rely on that luck, good luck to you. Right? Then he's like, there's a second type of luck. Like, if you're just doing shit. Like, if I'm constantly going to the networking events, if I'm constantly doing, I'm going to run into luck. Maybe because I'm out there. I'm not sitting in my room. And he's giving all these a name, but basically that's the gist. He's like, the second type of luck is you just doing. If you're constantly doing and always posting,
create your own luck.
Well, you'll get lucky, right? Because someone will see you.
Yeah.
But then there's the guys that focus on one thing and get really, really, really good at the one thing, right? And his example was like, imagine you were a freak scuba diver. You were the best in the world. All you did your whole life was focus on scuba diving. And one guy out there got lucky because he found gold at the bottom of the ocean. But he got lucky by finding gold at the bottom of the ocean, but he doesn't know how to get it. He needs you now to get that gold. People may say, you got lucky because dude hit you up to find the gold at the bottom of the ocean, right? But you got really good at the thing. You got so good that someone else's luck now became your luck. And that's how people, when you see like they're always getting lucky, it's because they became so good at the thing, other people's luck became luck becomes attracted to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a good way of putting it, yeah.
And it's like, you became so good at the thing, they don't know anyone else who can do the thing, therefore they hit you up.
Yeah.
So sometimes like when people say luck, you got lucky, but you also spent years getting good at the thing.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think my mindset was like, let's not get boggled down with like the brands and all this stuff. I just want to put content out there and someone it'll be put. I just had this, maybe it was naivety, maybe, but I just had this in my mind. Like if I just constantly am creating, putting stuff out there into this thing that is so valuable, like you could like it, and it happened. It got into the feed of Izzy, the amazing lady. She was my Samsung rep for a while there. It just got on her timeline. She thought it was cool, so she happened to work for Samsung, and she had DM'd me. So like I just had that in mind. If I keep creating, who knows what timeline it'll come up on. Maybe I'm not Kanye. Maybe maybe not Kanye. Maybe Travis Scott or something. I don't know. The Weeknd. Like maybe they see it and they're like, "This is cool." Like what other?
That's true.
In what other era could you do that? You had to really get yourself in those rooms.
Yep.
Now you don't have to do that anymore. You can spend all that time on that video, and that video, they're in the room with that video. Oh, who's this kid?
Yeah,
Let me
true.
DM him. I think that's so powerful.
True.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. And you hear those stories all the time of people just getting in touch with just the most insane people. It's like, found them through DMs.
You don't need to, be all this confident guy who's constantly attracting everyone in the room. And, you can just, I know this really, really great stop motion artist who's faceless. Like she just does these really cool, my kind of niche lyric videos and doesn't show her face, just does her own thing. And she's doing like really big deals with Addison Rae now.
Wow.
Like it just, that's all it is. It's just getting that content out there that you're proud of, and someone might see it and think it's really cool. And you never know what that could lead to.
Yeah. And it's worth putting the effort into making it really good.
Definitely. I think so.
When do you know to stop?
That's a good question. That is a good question, because I used to get boggled down in like the perfect video.
Yeah, man. Like if you're going to spend a week making a video, you've got to, I'm sure when I do my videos, I feel like I can play that perfection game forever.
Yeah.
Like you can always look back.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something you can improve on. I think it's having that thing in my mind that's like, okay, you've done it the best you could.
This is enough.
Get it. Yeah, this is enough. Exactly. Get it out there. Boom, I'm on to the next one. It's like I wouldn't have progressed the way I would have if I spent those years trying to get that perfect video, right? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
I got better by getting a video out. Maybe I look back in a week, it's like, oh, that little error there.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm on to the next one.
Yeah.
So, I think having that ability to be like, it's good enough. Post
it's hard to do though.
It's
right?
hard to do that, especially starting out.
Starting out, but also doing the type of, I think there's a difference. Whereas like if I made a video that took me an hour, I can have that mentality. Where I'm just like, oh, it's only going to take me another hour to make another one, so this is enough.
Yeah.
But putting days into it, I feel like it would be a challenge to be like, man, I've put so much effort into this. I've got to keep making it better.
That's true. That's true. It definitely has that. You spend so much time on the little details, and now like I have a lot of like pride of what goes on the account. So I have to see the little details. It's like, oh, no one will notice that, but I do.
Yeah.
So I got to change that.
Yeah,
I think it's just when it gets to that point in my brain that's like, I am happy to post this. You know what I mean? I am happy to post this. I think that's,
proud of your work.
I'm proud of this. I could get boggled down in the little details, but I'm proud of this. Post it. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
It's about just getting that content out and being happy with it.
How do you view success? What success mean to you?
That's an interesting question. I think I can't ignore like that first like 10K, 100K. Those two were, I mean, obviously you don't want to measure success by following because that's not a, you know, sustainable, but think that was cool to have those tangible things. Like I'm making these videos and it's like, I have this as like, I know I have this amount of people that enjoy it. So that was a good way of like, what's the word? Kind of like
validation.
Validating, 100%. Yeah. That validated what I was doing. So that kind of felt like success. Like having, and then that 100K, I would say 100K, that was like really validating. Like, okay, I can't deny there's people that like my stuff. And then from there, it kind of just like a million. That's just such a
that's insane. Dude.
It's just like a number, you know. It's like it's, you don't really.
It's hard to put into perspective.
Yeah. So that it's less like I got less, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
But those few milestones really like, because you're putting out these videos for so long. It's like you don't know if anyone is going to enjoy them. You really like them. Maybe your friends like them, but having that validation of we want to see your stuff, like. I think that was success for me, knowing that I have this community that I can post and they can interact with my stuff. And I think that's success for me. That is so cool that I can work for people that like I'm kind of working for them, but in a great like collaborative way.
Yeah,
you know
that's so true. I know a lot of people try to say like, you know, you shouldn't be so fixated on the numbers, but at the same time, as an artist and someone who creates, like you're making something you love and it feels good that other people also love what you're making. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's also not a bad thing if no one watches it. Like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It takes time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and like I was saying before, eventually someone is going to see it. And if you're proud of that, then they will... it will, you know, if I just posted a video of this room, Shaky posted it, it's meaningless, but you post that, someone will see that and find meaning in that and be like, this is a cool video.
Yeah, that's so true, man. It is.
But you're right, going into like the numbers, it's a tricky one. It's like, they do matter, but you don't want to go, you know, you don't want to be obsessed with the numbers.
How do you react to that? Say a video performs poorly after you've posted it. How do you feel? What's your mindset?
It's funny, my immediate feeling is like, never doing that again. You know?
That one didn't work.
And before I would not even question that. Yes, why would I do that again? It didn't do well. But now I kind of like, no, you wanted to do that. It was a cool video. You felt good posting that. Now I kind of take a step back and was like, okay, was there much going on for people to comment about? Like I found with my...
So you try to look at like, why did this not work?
Yeah, why is no one commenting? Learn from it for sure. Like that 2 seconds, was there a strong like thing happening where people are like, oh, where's this going? Instead of just being like, okay, like just look at it from an unbiased perspective. Don't just be like, okay, bad. Be like, okay, maybe there were parts that were good, but see kind of where you went wrong. And you know, some cases of videos just don't do well. Like there's no necessarily a reason. I follow a lot of editors that are so underrated and they're doing crazy stuff that I don't know how to do. And it's not even getting like, it's not getting like 10K. I say 10K because like I look at these videos, they should have millions of views. And I see that they're getting like, you know, 5K or something, which is still great. But
why do you think that is?
That's the thing. I think there's no answer. I think the algorithm sucks sometimes. I think sometimes a video of someone dancing that took 5 seconds, 20 million views. I mean, 20 million, you know, 20 million likes, all this. The algorithm can be annoying. And I think it can definitely favor not necessarily the right things.
Yep.
And I think that's just it. There's no right answer. It's just like, you just have to acknowledge that and acknowledge that you could make the perfect video. The algorithm might not like it, but you keep doing that. You carve out, I always say I'd rather like 300 like diehard, like when's he posting? Like this is quality stuff than a million like it's just all right. You know what I mean? Like you want that core, I'm interacting with that.
I saw you have Patreon. Is that a way to build that core audience? Yep. Yes,
definitely. It was a way for me to bring some of my core audience to a separate platform, and I kind of was doing music song requests through there. So that was good, having those avenues where people are like coming and supporting you. And that's another reason why you want to build that rapport, right? If you're starting these new ventures, you want people to, oh, I know Blake, like, you know, I have that relationship with him online. I'll follow him to that new thing he's doing, you know? You're
right. And I think it's why Patreon's one example, but doing things to try and figure out who those diehards are, who that core audience is really important. And building these arms or experimenting with things to figure out what this core audience is.
Yes.
You know, so
yes.
Patreon, even YouTube, like longer videos. Like if someone's willing to sit there and watch, like even a podcast, right? Someone who's willing to watch an hour of you talk, out of the many followers that you have, they're the diehards. They're the guys that...
And that is so valuable.
Exactly.
Having someone... I'm still figuring it out. My long form videos don't get many views. I really want to pivot to long form. That's where you can hold, like you said, hold someone's attention for an hour.
Yeah.
That is like quality. That is what you want. 15 seconds is not bad, but you know, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. It's hard to have a real connection with someone in 15 seconds.
Exactly. And like I get good views on shorts, but shorts don't pay very well. I am monetized on there, but you know, the views, if they were in long form, you know, much more, you know, so
true.
I am trying to pivot that.
What do you mean? How do you get paid on short form? How does that work?
So short form is, it's the same thing, but it's just the RPM or something.
So on YouTube, so you get paid through YouTube for posting the short form.
Yeah.
Damn, you've had some that have, you got millions of views on
Yeah,
that.
I've had some good months there. I think my most paid month was like 1,200.
No way.
Yeah. But think about it. That was like a 20 million view month.
Wow.
So it's like, you think about that for video, that's like a long form, that's like life-changing kind of stuff. But for short form, it's difficult. It's like, it's still very valuable.
Yeah, that's decent, bro.
Yeah, very valuable. But what my focus is I'm really trying to build that long form, sustainable, those people coming back for the long form videos, which will take time going from, you know, switching.
With your equipment that you use, what are you using most of the time?
So for the majority of my stop motion videos, I use my Samsung phone and a fisheye clip-on.
I saw that you use the fisheye lens a lot.
I love the fisheye.
Where did that come from?
Oh, where did that come from? I think like skateboard kind of culture. I skateboard. I love skating.
Yeah.
You know, music videos. They love the fisheye. Skateboard.
Looks cool.
Everyone films with a fisheye. I think it looks so cool.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Where'd you get that from?
Like the actual fisheye?
The fisheye lens.
Oh, it was just from Amazon. Yeah, it was just like
So you're just using your phone?
Just phone and a fisheye. Now I have like an actual... I have leveled up to like a camera, and then I bought a proper fisheye lens. Yeah.
Okay.
But I actually find that harder to use because I'm doing stuff like I've got my book, like primarily I do like, you know, my lyric book videos. That's like my main niche. And that's a lot easier to use with a light phone instead of this big clunky camera with this big lens.
That's true.
I still find myself just using my phone and my fisheye lens. And I get so many comments like, how do you do the circle thing? It's like, I answer it a million times, the fisheye.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
I think it looks really cool, yeah. But then again, I do need to, I don't want to niche myself into the fisheye. I want to be able to do other stuff.
It does make your video stand out though.
Yeah.
Because you rarely do see that.
Yeah. It's another reason to stop, right? It's if it's normal, I've seen that. Oh, fisheye. It's like, that's cool. I like how that looks. So that's just another reason to get people to stop.
Yeah, and I saw that like you're writing a lot of these lyrics.
Yes.
Yourself.
A lot of writing.
Did you? How have you become good at that? Practice.
I have like stencils though. I have all these I have like hundreds of stencils with all these fonts. Right?
Okay.
So it's just simple as like, you know, put the letter in there and do the thing. I'm not like a whiz at like getting all the fonts.
I was like, man, this guy's hand must be epic.
Yeah. No, I do have stencils that I use for those. My handwriting is pretty trash, to be honest. It's not very good. So I have stencils, and then I have all these like collage books. Like I have this like book that's like 1,000 images of just random stuff. So I'm listening to a video, and what I'll do is I'll have the audio that I want, and I'll just have it on loop in Premiere, and just have it on loop, and just constantly be like, what would be cool to see that in lyric form? Because I'm kind of like displaying the song, right? So
yeah, of course.
What he's talking about, I have to think about: do I want to have a lyric? Do I want to have like an image? Do I want to do some cool animation? So yeah, I got all these props that like help me out, and I can just go through and be like, oh, he's talking about a bathtub in this. Let me cut out this bathtub and use it in the thing.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
I've seen you do it, and it's sick because it like on your YouTube video where I just saw you.
Yeah,
going for it.
I should do more of those behind the scenes of me cutting them out because it's so.
Dude, they're amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm still figuring out how to get comfortable in front of the camera, right? So I do that every day. I'm cutting out for hours, but it's like as soon as that camera's there, even if that footage is sped up, I'm like, do I look all right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what I'm trying to do now is, like I said, with the tutorials, I'll instead of being like spend a day on a video, that video's done. Why not spend that day on that video and then have other videos going on. You have a behind the scenes video filming that. Then after that, I'm keeping all these things that I've used so I can use it for the tutorial video. Like maximizing the videos.
I reckon you should do more of those, especially for what you do, man.
Definitely. I definitely want to. I'm still like, I have a script, like a script.
Of course.
You know,
it's hard to teach things.
I would love to get to that point, that guy, like as I'm editing or as this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm, you know, that would be great, because wouldn't that feel so much more authentic?
Yes.
But you know, right now I'm, as I said, I freeze with the camera, so I need that script.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just consistency. So definitely want to put myself in front of the camera more. Like,
are you at a place where you think you're good?
Yes, I think
good.
not to be. I'm not egotistical.
No, you should though. Yeah.
But I would say I like to think like I've been grinding for the last, you know, however long. I like to think I'm good.
You totally
at
should.
Video editing.
But I also think, I mean, you've got a manager now, but for people that price themselves, having that mentality will make you underprice because you don't think that you're that good.
Yes.
You know, and it's believing like, no, I know I have something that you need or that you can benefit from.
Yeah, and that just takes all those experience. That's that time learning that and proving to yourself you are the guy that can do that and should be paid this amount. Or
yes, and having that belief and just knowing that you have something that other people really want and other people really value.
It's a really good feeling. Yeah. And something that, you know, to look back and be like, 2 years ago, Blake looking at me would be like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. He knows how to do all that stuff. He's unlocked all that stuff now.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Blake back then, if you were to go back to Blake back then, wanted to get to Blake today, is there anything you do differently? Like,
that's a good question.
Should have worked on that a little bit more. Should have done this a little bit earlier.
I would say that rapport with the audience, I think I had for the longest time. Like, I'm only realizing that this year. For the longest time, I was like, the content will speak for itself. Get it out there. You know, in the hopes it'll pop off, and that's my goal. I think if I were to look back, I would think instead of having those, you know, 20K followers and all you're thinking about is getting those videos out to get to 30K, you need to, you know, still get the videos out, but work on that relationship with those 20K people. Yeah. Like, make sure they're sticking around. It's a lot harder to keep the followers than it is to get them. I think. Like, I lose I lose I shouldn't say amazing. I lose an incredible amount of followers every day, like thousands every day. And so it's about keeping them. It's about keeping them and you know, making them have that interest in why am I staying. And I think I would have prioritized that before, for sure.
That's true. So important. I agree. And then do you think if someone just starting out, are there like free tools? Like, where do you think they should start if they want to become?
I would say, like, do what I do in the sense of obsessively interact with stuff you're like passionate about. Don't just see something that is cool. I'm glad that came on my page. Next meme, you know, like that. Follow that creator. What else are they doing? Like, creators like this. You know, really just. Make it as easy as possible for Instagram or whatever platform to give you the stuff you want to see. Like, you know, if you, in the back of your mind, you want to see some really cool creative stuff, but you're just liking, you know, brain rot.
Yeah, true.
Then, like, give the platforms the biggest chance to see the stuff that's going to make you... Because I'll see a video and I'll be like, I want to get on my laptop and start editing right now. I want to learn that effect right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
How do you think someone becomes that guy?
That's interesting. I don't know. I think I think it's quite addicting. I think unlocking, like, I see an editor do a crazy thing and having that, you know, spending the time, hours normally, because it's some crazy cool thing that's all these separate layers, you know, there's a lot to it. And then after that day, that's so rewarding. Like, I know how to do that. And next time that comes up on his page, it's not like, whoa, that guy is like God. Like, no, I know how to do that. Yeah. And I think having that, like you were saying, unlocking things. Isn't that like so cool? Like, you get to unlock this. Someone asks you something. Oh yeah, I unlocked that a couple of months ago. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that is so. I think that is so cool. Like a video game, just adding all those things to it. You know.
Correct. I was talking about that last week.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, there was this guy explaining like the process of these, and it's the same when it comes to making videos as well as like the performance of a video. You have this exact same mindset, and this guy was talking about. Turning the process into a video game. Like, when something doesn't perform well, the same as the video game. When you die in Super Mario, you don't have a tantrum. You literally just start again and you learn. You're like, I'm going to jump a little sooner next time. Yeah. I'm going to jump a little bit higher and I'm going to miss that pit. And you just do it again. And then every time you die, you learn from the previous experience and you just jump a little higher the next time. And you constantly progress until you get to the end.
Definitely.
And you seem to have that same mindset. In terms
it would be
like,
great to just every video post as well, right?
Yeah,
in a great world, that would be amazing.
Well, playing video games is mad fun, even though you're always dying.
It's fun, learning the new stuff. That is the part that's fun. Not if you just did it the whole way perfect the first time, wouldn't be a challenge. That's a great way to look at it, like a video game.
What is your, if you have one, because you've made a lot, what's your favorite video that you've made? The one you're most proud of?
Oh, the one I'm most proud of. Probably my TV girl, this TV girl Blue Hair, that's the name of the song, the artist. That was the video that I'd put a lot of time into it and really made it like fully, at that point, I think I was like 2022, was like kind of, if I wanted to make a video, I'd be like, okay, let's go into it. That was the first one where it's like, hold up. Wouldn't it be so much better if I just prepped a bit and like thought about it,
Planned it out a little?
Plan. Like, I don't know why. I was like, okay, it's time to make a video, phone's out.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? It's like, why don't I just take like an hour to think about it?
Okay.
And it really proved in the video. It came out great. Like everything I envisioned, all the little stop motion stuff. And so because I had spent so much time editing that, I was like, I'm posting it to Instagram. Yep. And that was at the time where those videos didn't do well and I had sworn that Instagram wasn't for me. Yep. I was like, no, I spent all this time on it. Yep. I'm posting this. And that was the video that started to do well on Instagram and put me over 10K. And then, so yeah, spending that time. And that was that perfect example of I'm going to spend more time on this. And it was so worth it. So worth it.
Yeah, wow. So there's your, what would you call it? Pre-production process for you now is super important.
Super important. That is the whole... Like they say, what do they say? Failing to plan is planning to fail, right? That is so true. I would think I could just turn it on and my brain would go allow yourself to be so much. It's so much more like you can, instead of you going in there and just assuming it'll all go to plan, you can have this plan and then think of new stuff on the go. It's a lot more freeing. I don't know why. It's the standard to do that. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before, but definitely taking the time, mapping it out, so much easier to film.
Whenever I don't plan something, if it's unplanned and I just start shooting, I'm just going to go for the things that I know would work.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's when things start getting repetitive and you don't improve. Whereas like when you plan, you can plan to try new things, and I feel like improvement comes from that.
Yeah, I used to think because in that year that I did digital media, we, got taught how to do storyboards and all that stuff. And I used to think wow, you're telling me for a movie, how many different shots are there for a movie? Hundreds. They have to visualize every frame on paper for each thing. I was like, this is ridiculous. You don't need to do this. Don't they just get in there and film? You know? And then, it took me a while to realize wow, having that storyboard, even if it's just scribbles, a lot of people, a lot of cinematographers on Instagram, they'll have the storyboard. They're not very good drawers. You don't need to be. They'll have the picture of the shoes and the angle they want. That's all you need. You look at that with a fresh mind. I knew what I wanted. So it took me a while to be like, no, that is very necessary. And that's necessary. You want to prepare as much as you can for sure.
Yeah, true. Makes a difference. I'm still learning that, and feels like I've been doing this for ages. Do you have if we talk like music artists, do you have a dream collaboration?
Oh, yes. Two Hollis, probably. I love Two Hollis. He's an up and coming. Oh, he's pretty up there now.
Okay.
The Frank Ocean, obviously, if he comes back.
Yeah, if he ever decides to make another album.
Yeah, that was the thing at the start. I was obsessed with the fact that my stuff could pop up on Frank Ocean's time. Yeah. Because who's to say Frank Ocean doesn't have TikTok and he's not scrolling through?
That's true.
That's true. Who's to say he hasn't seen one of my videos? I think that's so cool. The fact that maybe The Weeknd has seen one of my videos.
Totally.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So
do you think that's a way of reaching out? Say there is an artist, The Weeknd, or it may not be as someone you just want to work with. Do you think that could be you just make a video for him and tag him?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Definitely do that. What I did with when I had the numbers to back it up, I was let me reach out to the Aussie artists that I really, have been listening to. So I don't know if you know All Day.
All day, no.
He was like my favorite artist all through high school. And then I just DM'd him. I was like, hey, like, I've been a fan for a while. Like, I make this content now. It's in the music industry. You got your new songs. And I didn't expect it, but he replied and he was like, love your stuff. Now we follow each other. Like, my favorite artist from high school follows me. That's so cool. Made a video for him. You know, so like, what is there to lose? Like, I could have not messaged him, but like, and I have messaged hundreds of people that haven't replied, but who cares? You know, I got those 3 that did, and that was an amazing thing. Like, I'm so glad don't be afraid to just reach out. Who knows? Like, you don't know what could happen.
And in your case too, or even in video or photo, you also don't need their permission to make them a video.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how many people are doing that now? I made a video for Subway. I made a video for Apple, and it's this crazy cool thing that I'm sure other brands, we want that. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that was another thing that I learned. Like, a lot of times, like, people feel like they need to reach out first before making the video, and I'm like, no, man, like,
show them what they...
Yeah, just show them. Just go and buy one of their products and just make a video for them and send it to them. Like, no one's stopping you from doing that.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for permission to do it either.
I think that's what Kawabi... I can't remember his first name.
Hugh.
Yeah. Hugh Kawabi. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He was saying how he just... Cafes, I think, a bunch of just...
he was just rocking up and making videos.
Yeah.
He was doing it for a sandwich.
That is... for a sandwich. Like, that is the perfect attitude to have. Like, couldn't recommend having that enough. Like, how can I just... force them to see your stuff? You know what I mean? I made this video for you. Like, what are they going to be like? I don't want to see it. Like,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's a free video.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, force yourself to be lucky, like we were talking about before. Force that luck to come.
That's so true, man. And it's like, I'm going to make you see this.
Yeah.
Like, whether you like
I
it or
can
not.
do this, and you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it is what it is, right? At least you've given yourself the best chance because you've done it.
Exactly.
And
do all you can do.
And if nothing happens from it, you've learned by just making.
That's the thing. I had this envision in my head. It's like, I didn't really understand that that's tools you learn along the way. It's those unlocks. It's those unlocks. You know, I used to think like, one day I'll have that perfect video that all the artists will see and that's it. It's like, no. It was those hundreds of videos and all those skills you learned and how you can continue to create.
Yes.
You know?
It's a culmination of the years that you've put in.
Like, and, you know, to play devil's advocate, it's like, maybe I made the perfect video. Okay, time goes on. You got to make new stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So it's about what you can,
Do you know Russ?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like, I follow his stuff all the time. Every podcast, he's always like given a lot of really good advice.
Yeah.
But he always talks about the opportunities that have come to him throughout his career. And he always wonders, he's like, this opportunity came after I made this song. And he's like, if I decided to quit before I made this song, none of this happens. And it always makes him think, well, what would happen after I do the next song? Because there's so many points in his career where he put out so many.
Heaps of nothing, right?
Over 10 easily. It's like just album after album after album. No one knew him. He was just pumping them out. For anyone, that they could easily be discouraged. But then eventually, like, little things started happening. And he always looks back. He's like, man, what if I stopped before that song?
It's that meme of the guy with the diamonds, and the diamonds are right there, and the other dude turned away.
And you just got to keep showing up because you just don't know what's going to happen after that next video.
Yeah.
You really don't know. Like, if you stop before the Samsung video because your parents are like giving you a hard time.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. It's like, if I didn't have that security of that Samsung, who knows? Maybe I would be.
Yeah, and that one video that Izzy, was it Izzy?
That one video that Izzy saw. Maybe I didn't want to make a video that day, and you know. Yeah,
exactly. You just got to do the thing.
Yeah.
What's something that you still want to improve on? What are your...
Blender. I need to get good at Blender. It's like, it's one of those things, you know, you have that thing on your checklist. You move it to the bottom,
I've got a guy I'm trying to get on from Darwin. I went to FrameFest. I was meant to get him when he was here from FrameFest. Dreaming a lot. FrameFest. It was like a creator event. They had all these speakers. He went on for the whole weekend. It was a little while ago. And they got him come down from Darwin to do a talk. And he was meant to come on the pod, but he was so busy. Yeah. So the next time he's down, he's meant to come on, and he's a Blender dude, young bloke. But same kind of mentality. He's like, man, you just got to stick with it. Like, you can teach yourself. You just got to be patient, and
it's just intimidating until it's not.
Keep going.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now he's teaching other people, and his work's insane. It's so cool.
The stuff you can make on that, and it's free. Isn't it crazy? Blender is free. The stuff you can make, it's like, as I was saying, I have these mutuals they've leveled up.
Yep.
And their visuals are insane.
What's your approach now with learning Blender? If you make something, it's a bit shit, are you posting it?
Well, I haven't made anything in Blender
Yeah,
yet.
okay.
I still need to do that.
Would you be scared to post something if it's different to what you're already posting?
That's a good question. It's like I have this, maybe these followers who are like, Blake makes really cool stuff. And then it's like, if I put out this first project on Blender, will they be like, this is kind of bad? What's Blake doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that is the thing. It's like, I have this thing that works. Why would I jump into this new thing? But I think I just have to put in the hours and eventually, you know, maybe start incorporating little things into the videos, and then eventually as I get better. But it's easier said than done. Like it's you know, I got to put that time in, and when I have all this other stuff going on, it's hard to be like, okay, let me allow 3 hours for a Blender tutorial.
True.
But definitely it's so rewarding. Like if I could, and that's what I'm trying to do, like next video, maybe I'll learn how to make a specific model in Blender, put that in the video. I've just learned something new I put in my videos, incorporate that into the tutorial. You know, so definitely learn new things, but it's easier said than done. You know, you want to stick to your format as well.
Yeah. I'm scared. I'm still scared of After Effects, man.
Oh, I don't blame you. It was me for a long time. It is intimidating. I remember that first screen. It's like, gosh, where do I start?
And then I saw all the layers at the bottom. Even the tutorial is telling me what to click, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll just keep doing what you say.
Yeah, with the layers, I remember the first time I was like,
just worked.
Why can't it just look like Premiere? You know, like why can't it just be like Premiere?
Yep.
But then another thing is like, you starting that and you learning that, you've already beaten all those people that have turned away because of how intimidating it looks.
Correct.
So you just breaking that barrier, be like, it's fine, it's intimidating, I'm learning this tutorial. You're already better than, in this case, than all those people that have just given up.
You're absolutely right.
So that's pretty powerful.
Especially in a situation like this, even stop motion, man, animation, you don't have to get that much better to stand out.
Yeah.
You really, because no one can do it, and no one gives themselves a chance. Like they see how steep that learning curve is and they don't even attempt it. So just getting 10, 15% up that mountain makes you stand. Yeah, it's huge. And it makes your work stand out immediately.
Yeah.
Wow. This has been good, dude. This has been great.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this.
You've enjoyed it? How have you found your first?
It's been so much less nerve-wracking than I thought. I think as soon as we started talking, it just kind of like flowed.
Yeah, you did well.
I was expecting, you know, like looking down but it's just a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a chat, and when you forget that they're over there.
I kind of just forgot that they were there, right?
Good.
It's been really good. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
No, very good, man. Thanks for sharing everything that you've had on. Is there anything exciting you've got coming up? We're just working away.
Oh, I am heading back to New York at the end of the year. And
me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went last year for the first time. And the second we left and came back, I was like, we got to go back.
Yeah.
I
was addicted.
Yeah.
I was addicted.
So I need to go back. I'm trying to go back in November.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'll be in November as well.
Oh, really? Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. And I think after I did the Melbourne thing, I'm like, I wonder if I can get someone on a pod.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely moving back there at the end of the year. I've a bit longer this time as well. I was only there for a week and a bit.
So you're going to try and make videos and that while you're there?
Yeah, so I'm going for a couple of months.
Months?
A couple of months.
Dude,
going to make it
sick.
like proper trip. Got a bunch of artists I'm hoping to work with.
Sick.
So that'll be really fun.
Yeah, so it's going to be a work trip.
Yes, a work trip.
Basically, yeah. And
really
you have Dan figuring all these things out?
Yeah, Dan's figuring out behind the scenes. He really helps me out with you know, all the stuff that's out of my kind of, I'm not focusing on that.
Of course.
And so it's really good. I can make some videos with these artists that I would have never had the chance to.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you recommend stuff to him? Be like, hey,
oh,
man,
definitely. Yeah. So he'll every week, like I'll be like, here are 5 artists that kind of I'm really into, and he'll just reach out. I'll DM them.
Yep.
You know. Usually with artists, they've got a bit of an ego, so they won't check their DMs.
Yeah, of course.
But a lot of them do. And a lot of them will reply. Even if they just reply, thanks so much for the message, maybe they'll start following you. Maybe they'll see, like, we're both constantly reaching out to people for sure. That's the one thing that you should definitely do. As small as you are, reach out as much as you can.
I can totally agree with that. And I found the same thing with the pod. I'm just reaching out to people. Everything that you just said about reaching out to musicians, I've done the same on this pod.
Yeah.
You just reach out, you just don't know what they're going to say.
And at first it's that imposter syndrome of like, I don't feel like I'm good enough for this brand.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't know that.
they don't know
how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, so...
And it builds. When you said that like you could reach out to 100 people and only 3 get back to you, those 3 then build into another 3. And as that little list builds, other people start noticing that you've worked with so-and-so.
Exactly.
And then it becomes a whole lot easier.
Exactly.
You're ratio, I guess, of success when it comes to DMing becomes a lot easier. So like when I had 0 people on this pod, like no subscribers, nothing, it was very hard to reach out to people, be like, hey, come on the pod, there's no one watching.
True.
But
that would be the hardest
but get
part,
on.
right? Yeah.
And I found it's been over a year now, and like the last 3 months have been so much easier because I'll reach out and people would look and they'd be like, oh, you've had my mates on there, I know that guy, I know. And man, when I first started, it would have been the same, like 3 in 100. Whereas like now it's way more than that.
That would have been quite stressful, being like,
tough,
come to the podcast, got no reference.
I got nothing.
Trust me, it's going to be good.
Trust me, it'll be fun. I promise.
I didn't even think about that. That
tough.
would be, being like, how do you convince someone to come on to, but once you keep it going.
You just got to stick with it.
Now you've got a formula that works.
And when you actually go through it and you succeed, it's a lot easier to then tell other people to do the same thing. It's very hard to say, hey man, because people will hire out this space, right? And I'm trying to give them advice because I've been in the podcast space way more than someone just starting out. It's very hard for me to be like, just stick with it, man. Like people will come if I've never done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But after doing it,
they'll be like, how do you know?
Yeah, how do you know, bro? Yeah, where's your pod?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm seeing it now, and it's becoming. Actually, this week I've actually had people reaching out to me to be on the pod.
Really?
Yeah. Which man, before I was struggling to get anyone on.
Yeah.
And now it's like, and I can't because I'm trying to get them out because these take so much time. I can only do like one a week.
I do see you pumping. I'm surprised with the rate of, I'm like, oh, another one?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, I had to make the time. We were talking about it before, like prioritizing the time is hard. And at the beginning of the year, it was like whenever I could. I wasn't prioritizing it because the clients came first. So it was like every 3 weeks, every month, whenever. It was very random. And then I think the Melbourne thing helped me a lot. It came to a point where I was like, I've got to take this seriously. Otherwise, it's from talking to people, actually.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to them, I'm like, man, how'd you make it work? Like whatever they were doing, their YouTube page blew up. And they're like, oh, I just focused on it. Like I just stopped everything and focused on doing the thing. And I was like, huh. And that was literally the answer. 3 guests in a row said that. Like their Instagram page went to like 100K. I'm like, how'd you do it? They're like, oh, I just eventually just stopped everything else and just focused on Instagram. And I was like, oh, another guy. And then I was like, well, maybe if I focus on this thing, it'll probably work.
Yeah.
And then that's when that change came. And ever since then, I've just been trying to do one a week, to a point where I've got the next 3 or 4 booked in for the next 3-4 weeks. I was meant to do 2 this week. And I was like, oh man, like I just can't. And with people requesting us, it's becoming hard to do more than one a week. It's a good problem to have. Yeah. But at the same time, prioritizing like the client and the stuff that pays me. But it's good to see that it works. Like I learn a lot from having people on here, and it's what we were talking before. Like you figure out those little things that they're all saying. I'm like, oh, they're all saying this. Maybe I should try. Maybe I should try that.
And I think you underestimate how much that advice, how far that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, for me, even like I'd like to say I know quite a bit about editing and all that. Some of the guests you've had on, some of the stuff they've said, are really like, damn, I've never thought about it that way. It's like, what about the person who knows nothing about it? Everything you're saying is like, whoa, this is so useful.
Yes.
And yeah, you, especially when you get to a point where you unlock a lot of stuff and it's like it's hard to come back to a point of like Pat, right?
Yeah.
Of like, okay, remember the average person.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool to them. Like,
yes, you know so much
Yeah.
that Pat would find incredibly valuable.
Yeah. And because I think it happens so gradually, it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
You learn this over years. If you kind of think about, oh, really? Like, but then it's like, no, you do have these skills that are very useful to the average person.
Yes, exactly. But even to someone like me, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
Totally. And I love that you're doing the tutorials. I really, really do. Because I'm like, man, there's value there. Like, you should really lean into it. And whether it's figuring out your audience or something that's holding you back. Like for me, a podcast, something I always wanted to do, but being terrified of being in front of a camera was an obstacle, like just a limiting belief that I had to get over. But getting over that really...
And it's harder than it sounds to get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is the hardest thing. And once you've done that...
Yeah, man. And watching people do that is sick. Because I'm like, yeah, that's sick. Because I know that I would find value in that. And if I do, then so would so many other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sick. Thanks for coming on and making the time, man.
Thank you for having me.
I try and get creative people on here all the time, and you're as creative as they come.
Wow.
So I'm stoked that you've made the time.
Biggest compliment I've gotten. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No prob. Thank you, man. Sick.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow.